What is the Imperial News Network?
INN serves the Star Citizen community with up-to-the-minute news.
We bring the developers and events closer to the community.
And we love Star Citizen, whether we're flying with our team or with our supporters.
Imperial News Network works hard every week to bring the verse to you.
We are the community's #1 source for all things Star Citizen.
And we're glad to have you along for the ride.
Hello, everyone. I might have broken everything.
Did you break things this time?
I think we're good.
Are we good?
Whoa, my camera's freaking out, though.
We're very good.
Your camera's dead.
My camera just died.
Your camera's dead.
Hold on. Boop, boop. No. Yep, my camera's dead. Oh, well. Skype!
The joys of Skype.
Actually, it's not even Skype, it's my camera, actually.
Oh. Well. Oh, man.
Let's try
Good
this.
job, bud. Whenever I see
Nothing
these
ever
quad
goes
views
wrong.
like this.
It's
What was
broken.
that? Oh.
Oh! I got another frame! The frame has changed. The frame has changed.
Welcome
Whopping
to
2
Inside
FPS.
the Verse, where everything goes wrong.
Yep.
Every week.
Skype decided to take a giant dump today, so we've been doing that. That's why we're a little late today, is Skype just pooping everywhere. Pooping everywhere.
Discord, please
Oh.
come and deliver us from Skype.
Discord,
So,
your only
Christ.
hope.
Should I just start the intro while you try and get
Yeah.
your...
No, I'm
idea?
just gonna let
Just
it.
gonna
I'm
roll
let
with it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
So, well, hello to all you people out there with your words and your faces and hair, and I think some of you have noses. I don't know, I'm not a magician. Welcome to Inside the Verse, episode 57, the one with the potatoes. Tuesday, I ran into an African armadillo awkwardly arguing with Commander Cruz and Tom, who's up there, I think.
Hi.
Thursday, Dolvac delved too deep into the dark and let out diabolical dwellers below. Friday, I frantically forgot something. I forget. It's weird. Don't ask. And Saturday, we're here with Captain Richard, a Cretaceous Caspian critter crafting crafty crafts creatively while crying for
Fixed it.
chips.
Cool. Alliteration.
I like alliteration. I don't know. I literally threw this together 20 seconds before we went live. I'm sorry. Welcome to Inside the Verse.
Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I fixed it.
What happened? What happened?
I don't know.
Skype. That's what
I
happened.
just unplugged
What would
it
your
and plugged it
webcam
back
have
in.
been? What would have it been doing that would have been fixed right now?
I mean, it was
knows?
working before I went to the standby screen. And then when I came back from the standby screen, it was broken.
So,
So-
everyone, welcome to the show. We've got Captain Richard up
Hello.
there.
This.
Nope.
Yes.
No?
No.
He's right next to you.
He's
Oh,
next to you.
jeez.
Yeah, there
Sorry.
you go.
Dolvac looks so different that I was like, that looks like a person that I don't know.
We're also getting a brand new Dolvac angle.
It's true.
And
Dolvac
I
looks
also...
changed.
You want,
I
you want
also
a tour
decided that
of my
since-
shitty room. All right, so
Oh, God.
I
Here we
used
go.
to be.
Oh, we're going on an adventure.
Okay, so hold on,
very
I'm doing
blurry
a
adventure.
disco style adventure. Okay, so I used to be over there in that corner, right under that poster, right there, right, right. I used to be there.
A Firefall poster.
I know, bed's over there. It's unmade.
Is this what you expected when you decided to come on the show, Captain Richard?
Absolutely.
You know
Okay.
that shelf that's always behind me? That's like directly next to me now.
Uh-huh.
That's like directly next to me now, and then I'm like back
Oh,
here.
God.
Like this. There's like a thing here.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's move on. Captain Richard.
Well,
wait.
I just wanted to say that since I usually make David the special one with a fancy background, because previously he was the only one with a green screen. Now I'm the special one because I'm the only one that does not have one. So
Correct.
I can move it. I can move
I'm
it.
also lazy and didn't want to do all three of them.
Lazy.
So I actually hold on before you go anywhere. I have a story, okay, and I have
we
to tell
go.
the story.
Here we go.
So I moved my whole setup. I kind of demolished and totally kind of reorganized my room and kind of slowly converting it into a small studio, which is weird. So, in this process, my computer desk is now in the middle of my room, right? So it's not up against a wall anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be up against a wall. So I have this webcam right here that goes in between my two monitors, one on either side of the webcam. And what's wrong here, what's weird here is...
Cool story, bro.
just listen. Just listen. Just hold on for a second, because I'm incompetent, right?
The rapture.
So, when I'm not using my webcam, I turn it away to face the wall because I'm scared of the FBI looking at me.
Ah.
Right? I know what's up, but I realize if I do that now, it just looks straight. It looks straight at my bed while I'm sleeping.
Dolvac confirmed cam girl.
Hey man, I think Twitch will ban me if I just stream myself sleeping. Not anything like bad. Just
Put
me
it on
sleeping.
Twitch Creative and just be like,
It's
No,
artistic.
people would watch.
Yeah.
People would watch it.
if you
I think
stream, people will watch. That's the fun thing about
Yeah.
Twitch. Just it's weird. It's weird, but it works. It works.
Twitch plays REM Sleep, and I just like, yeah.
Exactly.
All right, welcome everyone to the show. This is a Star Citizen podcast. Who knew? So I'm gonna wrangle this in. So Captain Richard, who are you?
Hi, I'm
Are you
Captain
a
Richard.
fireman?
I am not a fireman.
Oh,
Would you like me to be? Is this
I'm
Is
disappointed.
that your fetish? Oh.
Yes.
It's,
like
it's a
firemen.
roleplay thing. Just for today, you're a fireman. Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Eris is Eris. Who do you want Eris to be?
Who did me now?
Who do you want Eris
Yes.
to be? Who do you want him?
Other than my lover, let's find out.
I can be
let's
that.
see.
It's an erotic roleplay situation. You have to pick someone for him. I'm thinking Jennifer Lopez. Quite frankly, like that's. Because when I look at David, a lot of people see a white, skinny, frail Canadian man. I see a sexy Latino woman. No?
So, Captain Richard.
Moving on.
All right, guys, it's been fun. I'm just gonna go ahead.
You know what? I'm with you. I'm out.
No, it's fine. I don't know. We're picking professions. How about like an orchestra conductor? How's that sound? We're picking random roles for today.
Sure, I can do that.
Why not?
what?
Okay,
Stop
no.
it. Stop it.
Moving on. Jesus Christ.
So, who are you? What do you do?
You pick up the rolled up bag of Lay's chip next to you that you have at all times to signify that you are
Nice.
an orchestral conductor.
All right. So I am Captain Richard. I am a Star Citizen streamer right here on Twitch. I started streaming a little over a year and a half ago for Star Citizen. Basically, I've been playing Star Citizen Alpha Arena Commander when it first dropped since day one, and not long after I started streaming and I kind of dabbled a little bit in Twitch before, but just dabbling really. But yeah, when I first started streaming, I just said, hey, I'm going to do this 5 nights a week, Monday through Friday. And yeah, it's been over a year and a half now.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been quite the adventure. And it's been primarily Star Citizen gameplay, alpha stuff. Sometimes on weekends I'll stream other games, but yeah, usually Monday through Friday it's Star Citizen.
So when did you first hear about Star Citizen? Like how early did you get into it?
Well, it's I've mentioned this a few times. Just when people ask, just when I'm streaming. But yeah, actually, I played some of Chris Roberts' games when they were new, back in like the Privateer era. I missed out on Wing Commander 1 and 2. I will admit that, but I did play Wing Commander 3, Wing Commander 4, and I missed 5. So one of these days I'll have to do the Ben Lesnick thing and just go through all of the games. Yeah, exactly. But just years and years later, it was actually a buddy of mine, longtime buddy of mine. He was like, "Hey, you remember the guy who did the Wing Commander series?" I was like, "I think." He's like, "Yeah, his name's Chris Roberts, and he's working on a new project." And this was back before it had even been finalized. I think it was originally going to be called Space Trader, is what people had mentioned before.
Yeah.
But it's funny. It's pretty close to the board game that's coming out.
Space Trader. Yeah.
Traders.
Star Traders.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. But yeah, just so I was tuning into WC News and just kind of perusing here and there. And eventually the project came out on Kickstarter is when I finally remembered to tune in again. And I will be blunt, the biggest mistake I have made in recent years is I actually was not a Kickstarter backer. I remember being at work specifically and be like, all right, let me go get a package when I get home. Got home, completely forgot about it. So I ended up becoming a backer after the Kickstarter. It was already, well and done. But yeah, that's basically. I remember seeing the project being talked about on WC News a long time ago, and just thanks to my buddy Rack, he's one of the moderators of my channel. He was like, yeah, hey, don't forget about this. It's gonna probably be kind of awesome. So he's a backer, and I'm a backer, and a few other my local buddies. Yeah, a few of my local buddies are also backers. But yeah, that was it. Just got into the project and just decided, you know what, I kind of want to stream it, just stream the game. Twitch was kind of moving up, blowing up, and decided to jump on that project.
So you've been streaming Star Citizen on Twitch a lot. Do you have, what's your favorite Star Citizen thing that's happened while you've been streaming? And
I think David can't finish sentences.
I don't know how to finish sentences.
How do you trail off into...
I'm Canadian, and I learned from the Captain Kirk school of
Interrupt him, please.
Okay, well, I would say for myself and probably a lot of other people, other than new ships being released and newer game modes and other things being released, I really do think it was Star Citizen 2.0 when that finally dropped, when we first got the taste of what could really be considered the alpha of the persistent universe sim. I think for me that was like, wow, this is legitimately going to happen now. Not that I ever really had my doubts before, but this is it. I mean, this is the what do they call it? The zygote, if you will, just the small nucleus of it, and it's just
starting
getting
to
bigger.
come together.
Yeah, exactly. And so that I'd been streaming since just the beginning, the early days of Arena Commander, but that when that finally dropped, and it was kind of a surprise. If you guys remember, it seemed to be just kind of they were like, oh, by the way, here you go, and just kind of dropped, and they didn't really even have a lot of announcements for it. They're just like, yeah, guess what, 2.0, it's finally here. So
they
I think
had all the space stations were made within a couple weeks, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Strategy 42, they're crazy people.
Yes, that they are. But I'd say so far, just going back to your question, that was probably my favorite moment, having streamed the game. Just that final realization. It's like, wow, it's coming. It's really happening.
Yeah.
Real quick.
I think
Real quick, there's some people in the chat who actually don't know what WC News is. WC News is INN, but Wing Commander.
Basically.
Yeah.
Ben Lesnick, before he joined the Star Citizen project, ran WC News, and it was a Wing Commander fan site covering everything Wing Commander. So.
Sound familiar.
Yes.
But if weirdly enough, you said that you weren't a Kickstarter backer, right?
That is correct. I remember when it was live. I remember when they added the ships like the Scythe and the Idris, and I was just at work at the time, and I was like, I'm going to go home and just, I was going to get just a starter package, and completely forgot. So I ended up backing a little bit later on, and yeah, that's my history as far as being a backer is concerned.
Weirdly enough, the majority of actual content creators I've talked to, streamers, YouTubers, INM people, as far as I'm aware, like only a few are actual like original backers. It's weird. Like
Shut up,
the majority of them showed up in like 2014. Scrubs.
Get out of here,
Yeah.
Dolvac. Dolvac
I
holds
am
his
an original
golden
backer.
ticket.
Thank you very much.
Dolvac
It does
holds his
nothing.
golden ticket over our heads
does
like
nothing.
as many times as he can.
It does literally nothing. It looks pretty in my hanger. That's about it.
Yup.
Also, it disappeared on my hanger. I don't know where it went. Like it's just not there anymore.
Disco stole it from you.
Oh, probably.
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
He
So,
turned it into the wreath, and then he took the wreath away.
So what ships have you got, and what's your favorite ship?
Oh well, that's kind of the thing where it maybe just that's it that I didn't become the Kickstarter backer back when it was available, and I just again that's seriously my biggest regret, and just from Star Citizen is that I was there, man. I was there on the Kickstarter, and I forgot, man. I just completely forgot. It was like a month or so later. It's like, hey, my buddy Pete was like, hey, did you get a Kickstarter package? I was like, crap, forgot, that sort of thing. But now I am I'm a completionist level backer and then some. So it'd probably be easy to tell you what ships I don't have. I don't have them all. I haven't gotten 100% full Pokemon mode, but yeah, I do have most of them and a few duplicates at this point.
Being the Pokemon ship owner in Star Citizen is my goal. But
Okay.
I'm gonna get a lot of those ships like in game. I have probably one from every series, pretty much. Know what I mean? So I have
Yes.
a constellation, not 4. But yeah, I know actually I have all the Avengers for some reason. I don't know
Because they're
why.
amazing. Because they're amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
So before we move to general news for the week, do you have anything coming up that people should look forward to on
That
your
is
Twitch
housekeeping,
streams?
sir.
Oh,
Housekeeping,
fine.
David, Christ, it's only like we've been doing this for over a year and a half
That
now.
is the end of the podcast.
Fine.
So people don't
Let's move
leave
on.
in the middle of the podcast to go find his stuff. Then we could tell them, go find it now. Now the podcast is done.
That's it. That's the end of the podcast. Just do housekeeping.
Thank you.
All right.
Guys, it's
Good
been
podcast.
fun.
Good
So
podcast.
at 1 a.m. last night, 2.3 went live, guys.
Yeah.
What was that? That was awesome.
Richard, Starfarer, what do you think?
I am quite impressed. There's just no other way to say it. It's impressive. It's an impressive build. It just that was first thing. Well, actually, the first thing I checked when it went. What was it? The 2.3 point something or 0.0.
Yeah.
That was on last Friday when it went live. Actually, because I have access to, or at the time I have access to the Cartual and the Starfarer. So I let people vote on my stream. Which do you want to see first? Which do you want to see first? And actually, surprisingly, more people wanted to see the Cartual flyable first. So we did that first, and then checked out the Starfarer. But yeah, that's a very, very impressive ship. It really does feel like what they say, that it's kind of a capital class ship where it actually requires a crew, and it's set up for a full crew. Captain's quarters and the captain's chair, which unfortunately doesn't work just yet, but hopefully it will soon. Yeah, it's very impressive.
The whatchamacallit, they put out a video for the Starfarer last night to go along with the release of 2.3, and the coolest part about that was other than Pedro's glorious music, because holy crap, was the all the crew that were walking around the Starfarer. They're you could see probably 20 plus people just walking around doing stuff on the Starfarer, which is really cool. Also, female character model was in that video, which is pretty awesome.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Finally, they really need to do that. There are a lot of backers that are women, and
Actually, that's not true. There's 0. We have the
It's
statistics
not
for it.
0, but it's 5%.
No, it's not. Last time we checked it, it was 2%. It's
That's
I don't know why.
Dolvac-
that's the
Dolvac,
Reddit
that's-
sample size, though.
That's responding people on Reddit.
Yeah.
It's not
I know.
the actual number of
Like,
backers.
guess
Lots.
what? We've done this
Doldak,
multiple
but-
times. It's like none of them. It's insane. I like half the females in Star Citizen are in INN.
Angelic Rage in the chat is like, we exist.
Yes, exactly.
They exist. They just don't take part in it because right now there's no bloody female characters. So
It's just,
I mean,
I'm
that's
I'm
not
saying
why.
that. I'm just saying it's like there's this weird disconnect. And I'm not sure what. Like most games have like obviously the population is smaller than the male population in a good chunk of games, but like it's definitely up there. Like no, like that percentage is of like female players is on the rise, significantly. And like a lot of like games, massive games like MMOs or like even MOBAs or something almost have like a 50-50 parity. Like they're pretty up there. You're shaking your head. You're shaking your head.
I'm shaking my head at Richard.
Okay,
What?
fine. So like, so a lot of these
Don't worry
games,
about
and specifically the more popular game genres, have very high population of female players. I just don't know what it is about Star Citizen that really doesn't have that.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I actually know a select number of ladies that are very into the project. So
Give it-
I do
Give
too.
it time.
But the ones I know are way into it, hard.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft
But, like-
was the same way when it first came out, so give it time. They'll come.
Yep.
That sounds really creepy.
No.
Yeah, it did, Jake.
No.
Weird.
So
you gross.
okay. So
man,
I have an
12-year-old.
actual like let's move on. So optimization is happening to the game all the time. Server sizes are slowly increasing. We got up to 24 player count recently, finally, which is good. Yeah, and but it's still a long way away from what we were promised, right?
hate that word.
What promised?
Yeah.
well, man.
Anyway, what can you think of? What is the bare minimum requirement for when the game launches for how many ships are able to be in an instance and how many players? Like, what do you think is the bare minimum?
100.
100.
100?
Yeah.
Billion. 6 billion ships, one instance.
I'd be happy if it was 100 per instance, combat instance, at least.
Ships or players?
Ooh.
Ships.
Oh yeah,
Players
let's
need to be more than that.
let's go with ships on this one.
Okay. So then, how many players? How do you balance that? Like 100 ships. How do you balance the sizes of those? Is it like 2 Idrises? Can you have 2 Idrises in an instance? Is that necessary?
You can have 100 Idrises in an instance.
With all crewed?
The interior of the Idris is also instance.
An instance, I know.
Actually, that's a
yes.
good point.
It's kind of. Wait, does that mean that like if you blow it up and the people like fall out into the normal instance, that the game just like crashes? Like, how's that even work?
No.
No. So the point
It's
is,
called handshaking.
I understand, man.
Handshaking.
I understand, man. Look, so
Oh,
bare
sorry.
minimum, like there has to be a basic level of support for like two capital ships going head to head, and then like whatever those ships are carrying, right, or escorts, right? Support ships. I don't think they're just gonna be like, oh, there's an Idris here, that means no ships can be in that instance with it. They can't do that. Like that's not gonna happen.
No.
No. It's going to be ships.
So we're saying 100 ships is probably the minimum required for when it launches.
I don't think we will get that at all. I think that's
I think we'll get it
severely
eventually.
optimistic.
It's dependent on infrastructure. It's not necessarily dependent on your PC, but more your internet connection. So yeah. So I think once they achieve that, then yeah, infrastructure. That was my point.
I was going to say, there are probably going to be some, of course, numerous updates between now and the time Squadron 42 is released, but at least on a purely standalone client basis, I think once we have Squadron 42, we can actually see in the game what they have done as far as how many ships can be in, how much your system is going to chug with what they have in Squadron 42, and then add on top of that, the networking aspect for the actual full simulation of being in an MMO, So I think that'll be kind of a good indicator. We're many months away from that, but that's what I would hope. At least networks, at least 100 ships, for instance, even if it's only a single-player ships.
Right. No, I'd agree with that as well. It needs to feel big enough. So
And
we heard
that also does not take into account maybe they could have more NPC ships on top of that.
Hopefully. It's more for like what's going to happen when two orgs decide to fight, right?
I want this.
We haven't heard in a while how it's going to split things up because like they've been trying to figure out how to split ships, especially for something large like Operation Pitch.
What?
Fork?
Yes.
Me?
What?
What?
I have my participation medal for pre-participation. I've got a shirt. I'm really, really into the concept of Operation Pitchfork. So yeah, I hope to get a challenge coin soon. TM.
Dolvac, you should move slightly to your right. Okay.
No, like because they're
Much
trying
better
to make sure that
now.
they're trying to make sure that Operation Pitchfork can happen, right? So
Yes, absolutely.
So it should be interesting because that's the goal.
I think they will achieve that since, like, design-wise, they've written that into the lore.
Yeah.
So.
Is it lore yet, or
Yes.
is it going to be lore after the fact?
It's going to be.
It's lore that the plans have gone underway.
Right, like predetermined lore, right? Kind of like when we
Yes.
get our Spectrum Dispatch things. These are things that are going to happen.
Yep.
Has it ever been formally said that it's going to be lore,
Yes.
not just on the forums, but like say like on the front page of Robert Space Industries?
I think it was in one of those lore pieces at one point.
Okay.
Yeah, they've acknowledged that they're taking it
test.
seriously. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I just
they had
threw
a thing
freaking
like
Oreo
last
case
week.
across
Like
my
last
room.
week.
What's that?
Didn't they have a thing last week where they like formally like acknowledged test in the lore?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, test is
Yes.
in.
Like it was like the 99th test squadron.
Yep.
999th test
That's
squadron.
correct. Oh, believe me, someone who happens to be from Test, just casually, just a little bit, a lot. We were very, very intrigued, if not aroused, by the concept that there is there's officially now. Of course, it's who knows how much of a just a salute to Test Squadron, but yeah, it's not of course officially Test as the player org. It's just the 999th Test Squadron, but. Come on. It's Test Squadron. We're going to run with it. Any bone that they throw us, we're definitely going to run with it.
We kind of felt that way about the news variant of the Reliant.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Felt nice. So
I mean,
last
we are
bit
on
of,
ATV set, so
yeah, it's true.
I count that as being part of the lore.
So mining, they've said in Reverse the Verse this week that mining or cargo are going to be the next gameplay mechanics added. They're not sure which yet. Can they really add mining before they add cargo?
All right,
That's
listen.
a good point. That's actually a damn good point. Yeah, just we can mine it. We just can't hold it.
The cargo system is literally just a system to be able to lock it inside your ship and like have it be organized and working and things. You can move stuff in
People
the
are
game
already
right
moving
now.
the bennies. The
Yes.
Big bennies.
Yeah, Big Benny's machine.
Yeah,
Locked to
because
the
that's
local
how-
physics grid.
The whole point of what they're designing is that they're making the systems robust enough that a lot of gameplay is just going to come from the fact that the game systems they've put in are that robust, which is why we can move stuff in this game without actually having a mechanic in place to do it.
Do you expect, like, what will we be able to mine, and do you think we're going to be able to do anything with what we mine? Or
Always
is that...
going to be iridium.
Well,
They
we don't
always
even have the
have iridium.
tractor beam in. We
Nope.
don't have the tractor beam in, and that's been in the game for so very, very long. Maybe that could be
we
the
have-
first step towards mining, getting
I
that
need
tractor
a
beam
personal
working.
tractor beam, like the portal gun or the gravity gun.
to bring people in?
Ah,
Or to bring
you probably recall the demo for what's now
Submarine.
become
Yeah,
Sata Ball. We
Yeah.
got the gravity gun, so
Yeah.
for moving around that arena. So that's we might actually have something like that.
I hope so.
I mean, like, I mean, obviously, like, they're not just gonna scrap these working things that are in the actual game. I mean, even though we might not see like it in the same form, these things will probably appear somewhere in the universe at some point. You know?
Sure. Yeah. Tired.
Yes.
Well, it's what else? Wait, thoughts. We did also hear that they're doing the concepting for the small mining ship, which should be the next concept ship. Do you think they'd launch that concept at the same time as they put mining in the game?
I don't see why not.
Or at least around it. I mean, we've heard several things for a long time. We've heard that A, we're getting a medium to small size mining ship. B, mining as a gameplay element is coming soon TM.
Yeah.
And C, that the mining design dock is coming very soon. So, like, that's going to be one of the next one. They said the next gameplay element is it's a toss up between cargo and mining. And we've also heard for a long time that the next design document is a toss up between mining and cargo. So, like, we know that whatever one they go with, that's like that stuff is kind of close to completion.
Here's the thing too. I think it's going to be more in line with when that ship goes flyable, not necessarily when the concept comes out.
Because if it's concepting now, it's not going to be flyable for months.
Yeah,
Right?
but I think we're going to get a design document on what the closer to final version of mining will be.
Right.
Like, so you're saying, like, we get the concept sale for this new ship, we, like, around that time, a mining design dock drops, and
Yes.
then when the thing goes flyable, or, like, the Orion goes flyable, we get that. Do you think we'll see the Orion
Yes.
first, or this small to medium?
Small.
The small one,
Yeah.
100%. The Orion
probably the
is like 50% larger than the Starfarer. It's huge.
The Orion's going to take a while.
Follow-up, how much will people bitch that their Orion isn't in the game and this new ship isn't in the game?
So much.
Just as much as the people who were complaining about the Starfarer going up in price, which is our next topic.
Before we segue into that,
Oh,
I just wanted to say, I mean, Jake Ross has said, though, that we were getting pretty close, at least for social modules, to have transactions, being able to buy stuff.
Yep.
I would think that that mechanic in the game, once it's introduced, hopefully it'll be introduced into the PU side of things, to where if we are, if we do get a mining component or a cargo component, like, what are we supposed to do with that stuff after we mine it? It's like, we've mined it, we shoved it in our ship. Now we have no way of doing anything with it until we have a transaction system in the game.
I 100% think the economy will be in some rudimentary form before we get mining.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So we want to talk quickly about the Starfarer's price increase.
Yep. So a lot of people on the internets are like, "Meh, why is the Starfarer like $100 more?" Well, a number of things factor into that, you scrubs. First of all,
Know your audience, scrubs.
you scrubs. Well,
He says it lovingly.
most everybody in our chat knows this.
Human garbage. We don't respect you, so listen up.
Yeah, so, yeah, see,
Continue, Jake.
look, they're like, oh, it makes total sense. See, our chat knows. So, since the dawn of man, concept sales have been at least marginally lower price. I should pull up some music here. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm trying to help
I got
gesticulate
this.
your story
I got
along.
this.
To
Here we go.
just to clarify this, the Dawn of Man was specifically 10, 10, 12.
Since the dawn of man. I'm using the same track as last week, so deal with it. Since the dawn of man, concept sales have always been cheaper and come with lifetime insurance. So when people complain that it goes up in price, they have to look back into our history, look back into the long storied past of CIG, and look that it's always been this way. Also, the Starfarer is like freaking giant. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Your mom's like freaking giant.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh dear.
I quit. I'm fired.
Yeah, so the Starfarer was what, like constellation sized when it was first concepted, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
And now it's like,
I always thought it was going to be huge. I missed the ball on the fact that it wasn't supposed to be as big as it is now. I always thought it was supposed to be huge, but then again, I might not have been paying attention.
It was-
Can someone in chat who is more resourceful than I PM the INN live accounts an image of the old Starfarer concept images?
Please do. Please do.
I will put them on screen and I will credit you. Maple Jake, that song is Inspiring Star Citizen by Mr. Pedro Camacho. It was the song used in the South by Southwest trailer from last year. Yep. All right. So I've settled it. I've conquered that topic.
Okay. Shall we take a quick break and come back for questions?
Oh crap. Oh wait, no, here. Flint Dragon is the man. He already has it, so I'm going to put that on screen. Okay, so that, yeah, so this is a little bit smaller. Oh wait. I think Wikipedia has a better one.
Uh-oh.
Image fight.
Oh,
So yeah, it was always
my
supposed
God.
to be big. Yeah, no, it's the same one. He just made it fancy, so I'm giving credit to Flint Dragon. All right, so this is the size of the Starfarer, what it was supposed to be originally. So it's probably gained like a solid like 15 to 20 meters or so since then.
But it still looks huge to me here, though. And then, what? I don't know. It looks pretty cool to me.
It's still giant,
Yeah.
but it's gotten bigger. Especially interior-wise, it's got more floors and more rooms, I think.
It's so big.
Jake,
is.
I actually have a better one.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, because
give it
this reference picture looks kind of like what I remember from the early days. Yeah, it's a big ship. Pretty damn big, in fact.
Yeah, it's always been a big ship. It's just, it got bigger, and one of the things CIG has always said is if you buy it earlier, you are getting a discount over what it's going to cost. And this is one of the few times we've seen a dramatic increase in price, but like, it got bigger.
Yep.
It got much bigger.
It got taller. I think it just straight up got like an extra 2 floors on it.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Maybe taller. Maybe that's what it was.
Probably
It
got taller is what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah, just lengthwise. I mean, of course, there may be some discrepancy between the original and what we have now. But to me, lengthwise, it still almost seems on par. So,
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I think it stayed more or less the same lengthwise.
I think it got bulkier and got taller, and that just added interior room, like a lot of interior room. So,
right.
Like I think the original idea was to store the fuel like inside the hull of the ship, right? And I think they added all those extra cargo balls.
Balls.
So the actual interior of the ship is just an actual
Okay.
interior now instead of just a few corridors and
Hold on,
fuel.
I've got it. Flint Dragon's got an even better one. Way to go, Flint Dragon.
Flint rules.
So
cool.
He's all right.
Original concept.
Please date me, Flint. Call me. Just call me, please.
So if you look on the left, that is a freelancer.
Yeah.
So that was the very original concept. Also, man, CIG, you almost brought us an asymmetrical Starfarer, and I would have been so happy.
Oh, that would have been so good.
But
Not
even
into it.
these, those are 90 meters, and I think it's over 100 meters now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually no. I'm sorry. It's actually exactly 90 meters right now.
Okay,
Stayed,
I checked this earlier.
it stayed 90 meters, but again, it got
Okay,
bigger.
yeah. So the original concept here was probably like constellation sized, maybe a little bit bigger.
Okay, I see that now. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Although they changed it, it was gonna have like the big fat tank on the bottom, and now it's got like the big round like kegs.
So you
I'm
can
sorry.
carry
I'm
multiple
sorry.
different things.
No. A Starfarer is exactly 100 meters right now.
Okay. 100 meters.
There we go.
So even bigger than these concepts here, which is pretty cool.
My mom says I'm cool.
Mine doesn't.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so quick break. Come back for questions.
Yeah, did we cover everything?
I think so.
Okay.
David Mom says I'm cool.
What's up?
All right.
Oh, nothing. Just maybe real quick, just real short here. Has there, other than the price increase for the Starfarer, the only other big jump I could think of would be maybe the Idris. You know, the Idris M was originally sold for $1,000, and then it jumped up to $1,250 for the P variant. Has there ever been a ship that has jumped up this much once it went from
Not
concept
that much. The Retaliator, I think, was 250 when
Okay.
it first came out, and now it's 275.
Right.
The Merchantman.
The Merchantman has not changed much in price. What was
We're
it
talking over a
originally?
50%
It's probably
increase,
going
right?
to next time we see that thing.
Oh yeah, the Merchantman's gonna freaking skyrocket in price. Get ready for that. Get ready.
I
for
think
the
it's something
salt.
that's... Hello? That... Oh, jeez. Okay. Hi, I'm...
What? The
My
Skype breaking?
everything froze.
Skype is
Your
breaking.
your camera was like 3 seconds behind you for a second. Uh-oh.
I was just curious, yeah, if there was any other examples of where there was a significant increase in concept price, and then I think they sold it again before they officially released it to the hangar, and now the hangar ready.
Not this
price
much.
for pledging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing
And I
has
think
been
that's
this much increased
what was
yet.
a shock to people. But, I mean, the shock should also come from how freaking giant it is, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
It's
And
100
honestly,
meters long.
They have said a few times that ships will get more expensive over the course of the game development, so if you wanted one, should have bought one earlier.
Yep.
And they said when
And-
it goes flight ready, it's going to go up even more. I
Yeah.
do remember seeing that from the post.
Exactly.
So,
And just a reminder to everyone out there who's complaining about the price of a ship in US dollars, all of these ships can be earned in the game. And that's actually coming sooner rather than later, according to Ben.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
quit your saltin'. We'll be right back, folks. We're going to go pee. And when we come back, get your Star Citizen questions ready, and we will attempt to answer them. Also, bear in mind, we're not developers. Thank you. Goodbye. And we're back.
oh, whoops.
Hello.
I gave the no warning. I wanted to see what would happen.
Sudden and awesome.
I just got my shirt back on.
Look, I'm not gonna rat anyone out, but like I came back, I sat down, and no one else is here but me and this other person, and they were singing about pickles and poop. That's the only lyrics I heard.
I think it's Richard.
No, it was Eris. It was definitely Eris. Definitely
Pickles
that
and
guy.
poop. Pickles and poop. I like me some pickles and poop.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
So, questions.
Give us
Hi.
your freaking questions.
Please, God. Please, God,
RTV
give us
rules
some-
apply. Hey, if you watch RTV and you're like, man, I just can't bring myself to go on robertspaceindustries.com/chat and ask my question there. Well, hey, come on over to our channel and we'll ask our questions, however much less informed.
Doom Centurion, question. First thing to do in 2.3? Depends on if you have
explore
new
the
ships.
Starfarer if you have one.
If you have a Starfarer, check it out. If you have a Cartual, check it out. Otherwise, go get the new guns.
go look for the new guns, and they actually throw us a bone, and they actually have the cargo containers lit up now, little green orbs, and that is,
Nice.
yes, it's a little easier to find now. Just be aware that it doesn't happen every time. But yeah, really, if you're looking for the first thing to do, go out to Yella, to the asteroid belt. Now, if those wrecks were really hard to find, they've now just got little green indicators, just little tiny orbs you can see off in the distance. But just be aware that sometimes pirates will spawn at those locations, and I kind of forgot about that last night myself, and I got my butt kicked. So
At
Sometimes
least
like
it's not
50 of them
500 pirates.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, they fixed that?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. I can't believe we forgot to talk about this during the
I
main
can.
section. Did you guys see the thing where apparently the Scout runs on AMD like FM3 plus?
What?
What?
Like
What?
someone got like the CPU, like the component of like the CPU component of the Scout to fall out, and it's just a model of like a AMD FM3 socket,
Well, we know that
a
Yeah.
cooler.
we know that ships are going to have CPUs, and we know that AMD has already had some cross.
Yeah, they're a
know, but-
manufacturer.
That's weird. That's just weird.
That it's on the Scout?
No, yeah, I guess,
Or-
but I thought it was kind of funny.
Oh.
People.
Well, I
don't-
expected this to
I don't know.
happen at some point.
So Uffman says, "What do you guys
Uffman.
think is better, limiting the numbers of a ship by high price or by a specific number?" So
Depends on
for
the
the
ship.
blade, it was limited by a high price. For the scythe and glaive, it was limited by number.
I think it absolutely depends on the ship.
How so? Like, what ship would be?
The Phoenix, given its loadout and the amount of stuff that comes with it, was, I think, a good price, in my own humble opinion. But it was limited by number, and that makes sense in the lore.
Right.
And then as well with the other Vandal ships before the Blade were also limited by number, and I think that also makes sense. But the Vandal Blade, these specific ships, when it comes to lore, like, it makes sense because the UE literally made like a gazillion of them to do war games with, right? So why would there be a limit to number when they have a bajillion? I like how you
Yes.
didn't pay attention to my answer at all. Instead, flashed your PAX badges.
I was like, yes.
I was actually paying attention. I just got bored and looked at them and saw them. and
Oh,
was like,
I see. I see. This is why I drank on the show.
But wait a minute. So quickly, just as a little detour here, you guys, how many of you folks from INN are going to be at PAX East? I understand you guys are going to be repping as actual media entity, which is
All
awesome.
three.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
all
being in,
Plus Vince.
I'll be
Yeah,
there.
That's why you pointed down.
Nobody cares about Vince. Nobody cares about Vince.
yeah. So we got four of us going.
If you want to see
Awesome.
what Vince looks like, go find the podcast that was during CitizenCon. It is the only public sighting of Mr. Vince.
Ever.
I see.
Yep.
So you're going as well, right?
That I am.
Yeah.
you should come to the INN semi not at all official Bar Citizen that we're doing.
What day is that on anyway?
The INN orgy.
We are aiming for it to be on Thursday night,
Okay.
possibly.
Probably.
We don't know.
Probably
It's
Thursday
gonna be
night.
the official INN orgy. It's gonna be
We're-
pretty intense.
Yes.
We're hoping to figure that out like this week.
Yeah.
So
I have to call the very short list of venues to see if it would cost us anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually going up on Thursday, so whenever you throw it together, let me know, and I will show up in my birthday suit.
excellent.
Excellent.
Is that like a suit and tie that you wear on your birthday, or is it a?
Maybe.
David.
Maybe just the tie. Maybe just the tie.
Oh, okay.
Maybe socks.
Yes.
It's cold in Boston.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, just show up with the sock on. And a
I like
tie,
how this
that's it.
this is just gonna devolve into like Star Citizen themed Chippendales.
See,
Problem.
not you and Bad News Baron are gonna be there, so it's
Okay, very good.
we have no we have to like it's 21 plus because of alcohol, but it's also 21 plus. Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So Foible Zero asks,
Foible.
do you think that the Idris will have a huge leap in price so that the Polaris will be priced at the current Idris price?
It already did.
Basically,
Idris,
yeah.
$250.
Yeah.
I don't think the Idris is going to rise in price anymore. It's going to be
I think
limited
the
more
Polaris
by.
will be like $700-800.
Yep. Same. More questions. More questions. More questions. More questions.
Have you
Mind
messed
if I
around
pull
with
one?
the sniper
go ahead.
rifle, Richard? Doom Centurion is talking about.
Well, that is the one firearm I have not been able to play with just yet. I've tried them all, and I actually somehow a sniper rifle spawned in my hab one time, and I looked over. I was like, "Why is this here? I don't care." Grab, and I was going out to Security Post Korea to actually have some fun, and I tried to, as test is wont to do, I tried to quantum drive directly into the sun, and it crashed my game, and I did the sniper rifle. So that literally happened, and so a lot of people from test were very, very proud of me there. So didn't get to try
I'm
the sniper
pretty proud
rifle, but the glory of test. Fantastic.
So you've tried the other assault rifle though, right? Like there's
Yes.
a new one. How is it? Is it similar to the other one?
Somebody was shooting at me with it from not a long range, about a medium distance, and it wasn't actually hitting me too hard. And yeah, so I think it really is just like the traditional shotgun weapon for most FPS games, and that you have to be very, very close for it to be the Devastator, as it's aptly named. Right. So I can, as being on the receiving end, at about a medium range, inside the same room at Kovalik Shipping Hub, someone was trying to shoot me with it. Either they had very bad aim or the damage just wasn't high enough. So fun to shoot, though.
Awesome. I'm still waiting for the FPS gameplay to straighten itself out a tiny bit.
I mean, it's pretty good right now. Oh God.
Speaking of FPS gameplay, I'm looking forward to modded servers so we can bring in some alien stuff. The M41A pulse rifle. Very nice. It's actually quite fun.
Like it's equipped with compressed air.
Yeah, you can huff it and get kind of high. So I had to. So listen. So I actually I got a Office Depot employee to like sell me this without an ID the other day, because apparently you can't buy. I left my wallet in my car for some reason. Not my wallet, but my ID was in my car, and I just I get out. I go to the Office Depot. And I had cash in my pocket, and so I try to buy this. And he's like, yeah, I see ID. I'm like, I mean, look at me. I'm clearly over 18. You can give me the Candair. And so I had to I spent 15 minutes because there's nobody in Office Depot convincing a guy to give me one bottle of Candair.
God.
He did.
Can't buy canned air?
Because apparently it has chemicals in it that you can huff and get high.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. That someone told me once. Very good.
So Ufkman says, if INN challenged Test to a dogfighting match, what are INN's chances? 0.
0. There's too many of them.
Well, no. Give INN a Bengal and give Test Auroras.
I do have an Idris.
And they can crash into us. We might survive. That's
you go.
the only chance we have.
You ever seen that technique where like a bunch of bees like surround like a wasp and they all cling to it and they vibrate to like kill it with heat?
Yes.
That's what Test does to their enemies.
Did you say bees?
Yes.
Parrot
Parrot Math says something that I feel like I have to say. INN does not endorse sniffing compressed air. Please do not do
Sure
this.
they do.
Speak for yourself, all right?
Test
It's a good time.
Test does. INN does not.
Right.
Dolvac might, but INN as an entity does not.
INN
Once again,
does not support anything that could hurt you or anyone around you.
Yep.
Much.
INN is child safe. You can put it in your mouth.
Or your bottom.
This is what happens when no one asks questions, by the way.
Oh,
Dolvac's
please
allowed
ask
to roll
questions.
with 3.
Please.
Okay, Miku Hatsune says, question, how real do you think the Drake stigma is going to be in the universe?
Pretty real, I think. That's kind of the whole thing, right?
Will it extend to Cutlass Reds? Or will people take their Cutlass Black that's kitted out for piracy and just paint it red so that people are like, oh, it's a medical Cutlass, and then it's not?
It's called the transponder, people. It's going to be much more difficult to get a medical transponder if you don't have a medical ship.
That's a good point. I mean, you're talking about the stigma of Drake Interplanetary. They're the company so far that actually has, other than the Endeavor, the Hope class Endeavor, has a dedicated search and rescue ship. That's like, yes, it's supposed to help, not hinder. Yeah. So, you know, that's a +1 for Drake as far as the reputation is concerned. I think.
Definitely. I think the stigma won't be as big for Drake. The stigma is going to be real for Vandal captured ships. Like if you decide to fly your Vandal ship around in UEE space, people will attack you.
And there's been lore describing that very situation. There's been lore, there have been disclaimers. In fact, what was it on the recent Blade sale? They have a thing that says, there was a counterpoint saying, why would anyone ever buy this ship? You are risking your life.
This.
That was great. It was a really nice touch.
I think that's really important. Shiver says, question, any guesses or wild hopes for 2.4?
Alright, Starfarer is going to be flyable because, man, they just, they prove us wrong every time we think they're going to be one patch later. Except me. I guessed that the Scout was going to be flyable in 2.3, so ha. Yeah, I think the Starfarer is going to be flyable, 100%. And refueling will be in.
Refueling?
They've talked about how refueling was working, right? Or how they've been working on refueling, but they haven't talked about it in a long time, which makes me think it's done. Richard.
Crickets. Oh, no, I was just going to say... Well, I was actually Arzo Fire had a question also, just about the Reliant, and actually just on Reverse the Verse, just the one yesterday, they actually said, Ben Lesnick said we should see the Reliant, probably the core, in some shape or form by 2.4 as well. So in the next patch, that's also something that we can expect.
Yep.
They have said one flyable ship and one hangar-ready ship for 2.4, so it's probably going to be Starfarer, flyable, Reliant, hangar ready, unless they can't get the Starfarer flyable, in which case they might get the Reliant flyable and have a Herald in hangar, but that's much less likely.
Yeah, and like Water Buffalo says, refueling would make sense for 2.4 because we are literally around a planet where that mechanic would work. So...
You think they'll have to add landing pads to the PU for the Starfarer to be able to have somewhere to land in general?
Yes.
You think?
Yeah.
It might fit.
question,
those landing pads are pretty big. It might fit.
I question refueling. I think I'm hoping we'll see the economy system in first, shopping.
Yeah, I hope so too. I want the economy to be in 2.4 real bad.
Yeah, I'm feeling Kasaba Outlet pretty soon.
Yeah.
I really, really hope so. Yeah.
I'm surprised, David, you're not like Star Marine.
No, because I expect Star Marine tomorrow.
Okay.
And I will
'Cause
always
that's how patching works now.
I will always expect Star Marine tomorrow until the day that it comes out. And on that day, I will have been right.
Nice. Safe bet.
Yep, that's how it works.
All right. More questions.
So thoughts, Miku Hatsune says thoughts about the updated Dragonfly info. We
Is
heard
this
that the
like the style of the Dragonfly?
It's like a front-leaning motorbike rather than a back-leaning motorcycle.
So, what is... Hold on. You know what? I'm not gonna here. I'm gonna crowdfund this, guys. If any of you watch Young Justice, in the first episode of season 2, there's an alien that fights Batgirl and Wonder Girl. Can you find his space motorcycle for me? I need this.
I like that this is the example you're using.
Because it's like, I saw this, I'm like, the Dragonfly.
So while we're waiting for that, Game Fleek says, oh, go ahead. Captain Richard?
No, I was just trying to pinch one off here.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I was only going to say just mildly. Although I can understand it might work a little bit better. I actually am a motorcycle rider, and I am more of the cruiser style guy. You know, like the kind of lean back, like cruising style. And so I was just, just a little like, oh, for the Drake Dragonfly. I was kind of hoping to be like, like more like, But it makes more sense for a lot of the fast, speedy, fun ships to have it more of the crotch rocket style for the Drake Dragonfly. So
I just want
do
to fit
hope
like 50 of them on my Idris. So like a swarm of dragonflies comes out of the back of that ship.
Carrie has arrived.
I do hope it's literally a crotch rocket. There's a giant rocket on the back and you with some steering and go. That's it. Just like Looney Tunes. Like it's just a Looney Tunes rocket and you're sitting on the front.
Acme. It's a new manufacturer.
Yes. Okay, this is what I imagine. I think, Captain Richard, you're going to agree with me. Hold on. Permit under 5C0 re. I refuse to say what your lead speak name is.
That's underscore. He's formerly of Test, and now he's of CIG. He was actually recently hired.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
really? Congratulations.
Congratulations, underscore.
What does he do?
Shout out to underscore. He's going to be joining the QA team, actually.
Oh,
Nice.
He's
Well done.
replacing Xylo. Get people in there.
Click that link. That's what I thought the Dragonfly was going to be.
That's cool, man.
You know what? I'm
boy.
gonna put it on screen here. Hold on.
Okay, so we do have
Here it
some more
is. Look at
questions
this.
here.
Look at this thing. Yeah.
That's kind of what I had envisioned a little bit, but it went more with a actually, if you do this, let's see.
That's the Von Duel version right there.
Okay. All right, guys, do me a favor. Since you're the one hosting the stream right now, do this. Go to Google image search and search RIFS, plural, RIFTS, Sky Cycle, and then pull up Google image search for that results, and you'll see also what it might be kind of more akin to.
Oh, yeah.
Those of you who are Rifts fans will probably instantly think, if that's the way the Drake Dragonfly is going to be set up, Rifts Sky Cycle all the way.
I am okay with this.
Does that thing have a boot?
I'm putting it on screen.
Possibly. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. Yep, that's it. That was the first thing
awesome.
that I thought of. Those of you who are Rifts fans, which is a tabletop, pencil and paper RPG. That was the artwork that I immediately thought of.
I could live with something like that.
we're probably going to get something similar to this. I mean, there is the lean forward design and, being able to be exposed to the elements of space, if you will.
Should be good.
Wait, so I have a question. Why is he formally of Test? Does working for CIG mean he cannot be part of Test Squadron?
Officially, CIG employees, they can't openly be a part of player orgs, but that's why there's both a hidden and redacted status. Just putting that out there. Spies everywhere. Yes, they say nothing. Yes.
So with the Dragonfly kind of being more exposed and kind of a light, like the lightest kind of ship we have, I'm really hoping that the mount and dismount animations are really really fast, as it should be. I'm kind of thinking this is kind of thing, Dragonfly is the kind of thing where you can hop on, go somewhere, hop off, and you can shuttle off and on. If you're using a Hornet or something, it's annoying to get in and out a lot, because of that long animation.
Well, they're also going to have faster animations put in.
I know, but still, dang. Every ship. But
Game
dang.
says, so about that medic perfection, what about it?
When I think there was a question up before that I saw from GameFleek saying, when will we see the medic profession and when will other manufacturers make medic ships?
GameFleek, I literally said in the chat, if we miss your question, just ask it again.
Medic before Squadron 42.
Yeah.
We already have the heal component in the game, so
yeah, we just need more gadgets.
Yeah, it's you being able to heal yourself currently. Now they just need to add a mechanic where you can, instead of healing yourself, you heal the person next to you. Presto, instant mechanic.
That's like when David says that FPS isn't in the game yet.
It's in the game, but I want Star Marine. That's a different argument. We can argue about that next week. Anyway, look, I think at last week's Around the Verse, the Frankfurt segment, where they did mention that they're working on the metrics for limb damage. So if your leg gets injured, you slow down. They're working on getting all that in. That's probably the last thing that's pre-medic profession is the limb damage. My guess.
It's already localized as far as the indicator. Yeah, now they just need to make it where it's reactive, where it's if you do get shot in the leg, they have to have a kind of a stumble animation for the character.
Exactly. So I think they're working on that, and that shouldn't. Frankfurt has it, so it honestly shouldn't be too far away, because Frankfurt finished everything within hours of getting assigned it, because they're insane.
So Uffman says, with the Starfarer at $300 now, do you think their owners will be able to upgrade to a ship like the Carrack for $50 instead of $155? Yes.
Yes.
Should be, yeah. That should be the case.
Because that currently works with the Xi'an Scout, which also went up in price, went up $20. So it is now the same price as the Saber, and the CCU option for the Saber is currently $0 from the Scout. So, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. And then speaking of the Carrack, Arzo Fire asks, what ships are you most excited for? The Carrack.
It's easily one of my top 3 ships that I'm looking forward to.
It's the Firefly, or the Serenity. I don't care what anybody says.
Do you guys think we'll actually see a good amount of people with Starfarers moving away from Starfarer and CCUing and using it as a ticket for a higher tier cost ship, like a Carrack or a Merchantman or something?
Definitely some people will.
Some will keep it, though.
It's now more expensive than the Merchantman.
That's true, but you'll only ever get the value for CCUing of what you initially paid for the ship. So it's not like it's automatically you get $300 of credit with that ship. You get the credit of what you paid for it initially.
No.
That's what I have. I have
ships.
Works. Well, I mean, yeah, there's the ship upgrades. I'm just talking about the actual melt value of the ship.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Melt it, yeah.
You can't melt it. Don't do that.
No,
don't do that.
Don't melt ships. There's no reason to ever melt ships anymore.
Yeah.
if you CCU it up to another ship and then you buy it back with your quarterly CCU token, do you pay the price you originally paid, or do you pay the new price?
That's a
Pay
good
the old
question.
price.
Because then
People tested this. You pay the old price.
Couldn't you use the Starfarer as a constant, oh, I'm going to upgrade, and then buy it at 180, and then upgrade that one? And then,
Oh wait, I don't know. Actually, I
months
got
later,
that backwards. No, it costs what the current value of the ship is.
Okay.
Because it puts the ship in your cart like it was any other ship.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah.
Should we do
Each other? Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
we're gonna go.
PAX.
We're gonna go till
PAX.
4:15.
PAX. All right. Sorry.
I have to leave before then.
Okay.
Oh.
You guys can continue.
Okay.
I've got a family dinner that I have to make it to, and it's like
All right. Fine.
So-
Well, we're having
No,
a
no.
short podcast because I'm not redoing the freaking overlay again. Not doing it.
doing what?
Well, because if you leave, then it breaks everything.
Oh, well, I'll just leave it on.
Okay.
Goodbye, David. Get
Do you
out.
have Do you have things to say before you go?
I'm gonna block David.
Real
That's
quick,
what
I
happened.
just want to say thanks again, man. Thank you for the coaster. It was very, very nice.
nice.
Also, thank you for Flint for
No
working
problem.
that as well.
Yeah,
Very,
I'm
very
glad
cool,
you
man.
got it.
Yeah,
Glad you got it.
This goes on this every time, all the time.
Good.
Yeah.
As it should. I don't have much. I know check out Shiver's show on the base, Wednesday, 7 p.m. UTC. We've got
Only
the
if you
standard
like
stuff.
smelly British people who
If you
are
like-
very good in bed.
That.
Ooh.
Well, that's debatable.
I'm the only person here that
I didn't
slept.
have a good experience. I did not have a good experience. I can tell you that.
Props Master is doing fiction on Wednesday.
Cool.
So tune into that. And the rest of the week is pretty standard. Tune in hopefully at the end of the week. Maybe I'm hoping we can have a something up by the end of the week for anyone that wants to join us at PAX. We should have
Yes. We'll make
information
a
on that.
solid attempt.
Yeah. Other
If
than
not, we'll just all party in the common, and it'll be a grand old time.
that right there. And yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah.
Yay.
And Shiver will be at
So-
Gamescom, and we'll all be at
Yes.
CitizenCon. So yeah,
All
We'll
of
be-
that's too far away. Too far away.
We'll be covering PAX, Shivers at Gamescom, and we're all at CitizenCon, and we're all gonna die.
I just said this. You just said what
No,
I
you-
said again.
You missed the last point.
Christ, people. Christ.
Anyway.
Richard,
All right.
Yes.
I'm out. You guys continue.
away.
I
Go
will.
away. go away.
Tune
Go
in
away.
next
Oh,
week.
okay. All right, well,
No, not you.
Captain,
okay.
Stay here.
Thanks for being on.
You're in contract for like 5 more minutes. You can't leave.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
See y'all.
Goodbye, David. Go away.
Go away, David.
Go away.
Just
I can
away.
relate to lasting only 5 more minutes.
Richard,
5
what are you
more
doing
minutes.
this week?
What?
What are you
What?
doing?
Who?
What are you
What?
doing this week?
This week?
We're not. Hold on. We got time.
We
Oh.
don't. We have 1 minute.
Bye, Aries. Bye.
We got 1 minute.
Yeah, but we
Okay.
started at 4 or 2:45. I was just gonna ask. Get in my belly. Ask when Turkey Dolvac is coming back. It's a very
Turkey
important
Dolvac?
question.
What? Oh, yeah.
Is this about Turkey
Of course.
Dolvac?
Of course. Of course.
I just happen to have this. Hold on. It actually lights up too. There you go. It's
There we
got lights
go.
and everything.
Look at that.
I should let Dolvac borrow this hat so it can be Turkey Dolvac.
So
You
is
bring
that-
that to PAX? I will
Is that
wear
so
that
you have
unironically.
Is that so you have all of the winter holidays covered in one hat?
Yes, exactly. In fact, I
Richard,
think
if
I
you
did.
bring that to PAX, I will unironically wear that to the convention.
Okay, I might have to hold you to that. Well then, somebody, it was actually I think Wickstrom. He sent that to me. I have a PO box. People send me all sorts of weird things in the mail. In fact, it was a guy from Australia sent me an authentic kangaroo scrotum bottle opener. So yeah, that's actually
Authentic scrotum?
Yeah, exactly. It's a genuine Australian. Hold on, let's see if we can pull this up here. Authentic Australian souvenir, and it's actually a kangaroo scrotum with the fur and everything still on there. So yeah, people send me all sorts of weird stuff in the mail. It's awesome.
Dude, I want kangaroos. I want animal scrotums.
For those of you listening to the audio version of this podcast, yeah, I don't have words for this. I don't have words.
Well, what just happened?
I've got one more question.
Okay.
For everybody here, and I think me and Dolvek have talked about it a little bit, but maybe Dolvek has changed. But I want to know what Captain Richard's going to do.
Okay.
Arzofire asks, "What job will you guys be doing when the game comes out?"
My whole thing is, I think we kind of glossed over it before. I'm sorry, you'd asked me what my quote-unquote favorite ship is. The ship I originally pledged for when I finally did get a pledge in was for the Freelancer because I really, really, really was interested in becoming a space trucker, just the 10-4, good buddy, blah, in space. But I always thought to myself, it's like I like the Freelancer, but I wish it was just a little bit wider in the back. And sure enough, they created the Freelancer Max, and it was like CIG read my mind. So I think conceptually that ship is still my favorite ship in the game, and I'm really looking forward to being a space trucker. I even have a custom Star Citizen mug that has a Freelancer Max on it. Thank you, Parrot Math, for that. But the other, just when I'm not doing space trucking, I really would like to be a capital ship captain, so I could be the Captain Richard of Idris. I have a couple Idrises, so hopefully I'll be able to pilot or captain one of those for a little bit.
Well, there you go. Dolvek, other than genocide, what else do you want to do?
Okay, other than mass genocide of helpless races of people and aliens alike, I don't discriminate.
Nope.
Yeah, look, the problem's not with the actual genocide. The problem is with people being discriminatory with genocide. It's got everyone. Just fuck them.
Wow.
I know. So, no. Other than doing horrible things to people in Star Citizen
and small animals,
yeah.
Like kangaroos, for instance.
I tend to be a kind of a psychopath on another character that's not me, and just get in 890 jumps and just crash them into suns, as one does.
Test would like to speak with you.
Yeah.
There's Richard.
Yes, there we go. There's some very, very awesome art. I think it was also Flint that got that set up. So yeah, it's actually what I use for my Discord welcome page now as a Discord partner.
But no, I think actually we will.
Oops.
I think it's going to get to the point where it's kind of actually hard to. I don't even know how to describe it.
They all saw our document.
How do I words?
It's not going to be hard. It's going to be hard to find the actual time to play the game, for real.
Yeah.
So
I've set up a pretty solid schedule for myself to play the game, and I have for about a year and a half now. so yeah, I'm looking forward to it immensely, very, very much immensely.
Dolvek, aren't you and I trying to find some more free time to play some video games?
Yeah, something like that.
Hard tease. All right, so some other things other than what David was talking about. Let's do some housekeeping. But first, let's start with our illustrious guest, Mr. Captain Richard. What do you have coming up on the docket? Where can people find you?
Okay, just if I can shield for myself a little bit, I am Captain Richard. I do.
That's the purpose of the segment.
That's exactly why we're doing
blatant chilling. Just go
advertisement.
Drop a Patreon link, man. Fuck it. Just whatever.
Just whatever you want.
Ask people to give you money. Just go for it.
Oh no, that's fine. I was just going to say that, yeah, I do stream here on Twitch Monday through Friday, starting at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern. I actually am a Twitch partner, and I do stream Star Citizen primarily for the most part. And actually, if you're not too tired of me, I'll actually be on another podcast tomorrow, starting at 2 p.m. U.S. Eastern. That is the Test Podcast, also known as Perverse the Verse. So, yeah, I hope to see you there as well.
Man, we like this
guy comes on our show and he just chills. We have to cut this off now.
Oh, whoops.
No, right? It's too far,
I think the Star Citizen community enjoys making puns off of CIG's own shows. So we got Perverse the Verse. We're inside the verse. You know, just can't stop. We can't stop.
Can't
Can't
stop.
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 But yes, if you want to find Richard, his username has been below his face for the last 90 minutes. So you can go there. You could also find him on the Twitter at Richard on Twitch. Yes.
That's
I
correct.
think. Yes. So a couple things that INN's got going on. We don't have any reviews set for this week, but the week after that, I'm going to be taking a look at a game from the folks over at Remedy called Quantum Break. It was going to be the very first console game to be reviewed on INN, but it's coming to PC now, so screw that.
Garbage.
I'm looking forward to it. I like blockbuster linear games because there's really not that many of them anymore. Everyone wants to be an open world RPG. Everybody. Every game ever just wants this. So I'm going to be taking a look at that. I'm going to force Shiver to do something else. Who knows?
Hey,
But that's about it.
we got wait. No. We kept
What?
that. Dark Souls 3.
Oh yeah, are you going to do that?
I'm so excited.
Are you going to review it for the website?
I'm so excited.
You should review it for the website. Everyone make Dolvac review Dark Souls 3.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. So, do that. We've, for normal INN content, of course, we have a transcript of Temp for the whatever on Monday. We have, I think it's Bug Smashers this week? Bug Smashers?
Bug
Mark
Smashers
Abent.
will be this week. Yes.
Yes. Sir Abent will be smashing the bugs, and we will be talking about it. ATV, RTV, Thursday, Friday, and then come right back on here on Saturday, 2:30, hopefully, Eastern, for another episode of Inside the Verse. I'm gonna start the outro music. Here it is.
Would I be able to plug one more thing?
Oh yeah, do it.
All right, so the Star Traders Kickstarter is still going
yes!
live.
Oh, yeah.
And that is actually going to be, they're going to do a final end of Kickstarter stream starting at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern on twitch.tv/Clifford_aka_Miku. If the Kickstarter gets to $42,000 pledged by 2 p.m. Sunday, Ben Lesnick himself is actually going to contribute quite a large basket of ships from his own personal collection. Yep. So please do check out Star Traders on Kickstarter.
I put it there in the chat for you guys, so go check that out. Hopefully they get funded. I am personally a backer. Keep an eye out for our PAX coverage in a month. We'll be at CitizenCon. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you in the verse. Adios.